actual application, which I think was your intent. So, well, they are actually linked kind of at the hip. So why was MediaWiki getting to be where it is? Eyeballs. People are pounding on it. People are using it. It's probably the most used wiki software. So from that usage from Wikipedia, MediaWiki now has come to be one of the most hardened, best wiki software. And I think it is the correct choice for probably, unless you're trying to write your own with some special functionality, it probably is the right choice for most. Will there be bugs in it? Absolutely. Will they get resolved, identified, and hopefully resolved quickest? Absolutely. And you know, the more eyeballs, the better. Does that answer? Yep. Anything else before my backup software comes on again? Yes, sir.
I don't mean to sound like a heckler.
I was waiting for one of them at least.
So if you look at the trend in PHP 6, everything is moving towards, you know, more, you called it one of the boys, right? It's trying to be one of the boys. It's trying to be managed code. It's trying to use strongly typed data types. Like, why wouldn't you just use a managed code language that had a strong legacy that PHP, which is trying to be managed code and has all the baggage of, you know, how many years of you know, not strongly typed, you know, all those problems associated.
Sure. I mean, there's a lot of different answers to that. What would be the alternative?
A managed code language that doesn't have the baggage. Like what?
Like what?
Java.
There's no baggage there?
Not.
I mean, look, everybody has their favorite technology. This is not a religious discussion. You know, Java has its strengths, and there are certain things that Java will do and can do that PHP will never be able to do and can never do, and vice versa. Different technologies have grown up in different places and for different reasons. I will never say that there's one tool for every job. There's a lot of very small specific tools for a lot of very small specific jobs.
And I didn't mean to go down the
Java and PHP are very different. Java, its Achilles heel are these bloated libraries. PHP is completely the flip side. Everything is streamlined, these little functions that do a whole lot of stuff. It's a totally different philosophy. I don't know if you can compare them. I don't think typing and whatnot was always that big of a deal anyway. So PHP is a lot easier to use.
This is a lower bound. Approximately 10% of SQL injections that occur in PHP could have been simply addressed by typing because they're numeric identifiers. The stereotypical PHP vulnerability is a SQL injection in an ID parameter.
What you're saying is people aren't escaping that parameter.
Guys, let's go back to broader topics.
Go .NET.
But let me just address the enterprise question. You know, enterprise means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Is Facebook with 18,000 odd servers an enterprise? Maybe. Is JP Morgan? Probably. Is NYU Medical? Probably. So, you know, there's all different tools for all different jobs and all different enterprises. And to say that something isn't enterprise, I mean, that's a buzzword that I think frankly died in, you know, 2002. So there's the right tool for the right job. If you don't like PHP, you don't have to use it. And if you don't like Java, you don't have to use it. If I was integrating with an old back-end legacy system, I wouldn't obviously use PHP. But if I want small, fast requests, and I know how to program correctly, I would use PHP. Yes, sir.
Can you confirm or deny rumors that Chuck Norris develops with registry globals turned on?
I'm not at liberty to say. Yes, sir.
Could you talk about Stefan Esser's work in the hardened PHP project and whether, unless I missed it earlier, and whether or not that's really feasibly deployable in a real-world environment?
Chris, you want to take this one? We all have different, I was actually talking with Chris Shiflett here about that before. We all have different viewpoints on his work and everybody's work. but you know, he has a lot of very specific things that he brings out as flaws. And this, you know, I urge, I guess these slides will be online, but even just Google for him and you'll see his recent presentation. You'll see the type of mindset that he has when addressing these things. I agree with it largely, but at the same time, I go back to this slide where we say the PHP group rightfully disagrees with what a security issue is. You know, again, if you're going to blow your whole leg off, that's kind of your fault and your problem. Your language is not supposed to protect you from that. And we've had these same discussions in C and C++. C++ maybe is an enterprise language. Maybe C isn't. But 90% of all code that's ever existed was written in C. So, you know, define what the enterprise is. And to go back to your point, I think he's done good. I think he will continue to do good. I have not used his particular package in production yet. I would honestly like to see some of his things brought in, as long as they're not overkill. You know, one of the things that makes PHP very fast is that it's a per request type of thing, and that's been a lot of good and a lot of bad. We don't want to put things in place that a simple programmer, a good programming practice could prevent, at the same time is costing you 75% more CPU cycles on every request. So there's a balance, and at the end of the day, it's up to a smart architect and programmer to establish that balance for their particular purpose. Not all purposes are the same. Yes, sir?
Just a quick suggestion, a real quick and easy way to get those pseudos and patches working with a recent version of PHP is to use the FreeBSD ports. Made it trivial to get installed and running, and my experience of it was very positive.
Big fan of the ports. Anybody else? Beer time or cocktail time, depending on your flavor? Hey.